Have you ever seen someone's entire reputation crumble in the blink of an eye? What did they do that was so shocking? How did one moment or decision completely change how the world sees them? Wesley Snipes. The first person on our list is Wesley Snipes. He was a big star who was in a lot of movies like To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, White Man Can't Jump, and the three most famous Blade movies. That's right. Wesley Snipes was doing a great job before he decided he didn't need to pay taxes. You should not be proud of not paying your taxes, and in the US, doing something like this is punished by the law. Which brings up the question, what's the worst that could happen now? Most of the time, the person will have to pay the amount plus some extra fines. The tax crimes Snipes committed were so bad that he went to jail, according to the New York Times. Wesley Snipes was found guilty of not paying his taxes for more than 3 years on purpose. For each year he didn't pay, he got 1 year in jail. This well-known star also had to pay $17 million in taxes and fines. He had to give up playing in movies completely while he was in jail because he couldn't do either while he was there. This shows new celebrities and everyone else that if they want to have a good job, they shouldn't cheat on their taxes and should think twice before committing any other crime. People forgot about Wesley's scandals because they loved his iconic parts in movies from the 1990s, especially as a vampire hunter in Blade. In the 2020s, he slowly began making a comeback. He started out in Netflix's True Story with Kevin Hart. In What We Do in the Shadows, he played a vampire version of himself. And in the long-awaited sequel to Coming to America, he plays the creepily friendly General Izzy. Angelina Jolie. If you want to see one of the most popular actors in the world, Angelina Jolie, you should see Girl Interrupted, which won her an Oscar. In the late 1990s, she got her big break. After being in Lara Croft Tomb Raider in the early 2000s, she became popular and one of the most sought-after actresses. She was a sex symbol in Hollywood because she could make both men and women want to be with her. Angelina Jolie is also known for her work with charities. In 2001, she was named a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador at the UNHCR offices in Geneva. Brad Pitt and she worked together in the 2005 movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which made them a real-life couple, even though Brad Pitt was already married. Brad Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston at the time, and Angelina Jolie was blamed by many for the split between Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, which happened in October 2005. Along with fans of Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, people who liked the TV show Friends spoke out against the Maleficent star, who was and still is seen as a homewrecker. Brad and Aniston's relationship went through public court cases for years. After 10 years together and 2 years of marriage, they split up in 2016. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan has been in the public eye for a long time. She started working as a child model when she was only 3 years old. Lindsay soon got her start as an actress when she got a regular role on the soap series Another World. This is where Disney first noticed her. Her next job as an actress was in the version of The Parent Trap, 1998. Which did surprisingly well at the box office. After that, this redhead actor became a teen star and had even more success as the lead in the movies Freaky Friday, Mean Girls, and Herbie Fully Loaded in 2003, 2004, and 2005. Early in 2007, Lindsay Lohan's quick rise to fame came to an abrupt end. CNN reported on May 26, 2007, that Lindsay Lohan was taken to the hospital after a car crash. At that point, Lindsay had just been let out of the Wonderland Center Rehab Center, where she had been staying for problems that were kept secret. The star was going to rehab for a reason that became clear after she was charged with hit and run, DUI, and having cocaine on her person. She was arrested again 2 months later on the same charges, so it's clear that this wasn't enough for her. The real thing that ended Lindsay Lohan's career was her double part in I Know Who Killed Me, and how bad reviews that movie got. Lindsay plays both of the main parts opposite herself, and she won the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Screen Couple, along with the award for Worst Actress. 8 Razzie Awards were given to the movie I Know Who Killed Me in 2008. Lindsay is still trying to make a comeback and get back the good name she lost after all this time. She actually made a deal with Netflix to be in 2 new big movies. One of them is a love comedy called Falling for Christmas, which will come out later in 2022. Chris Brown. Chris Brown was one of the most talented singers and dancers of our time, but great things can go wrong when money and fame take over your thoughts. Once upon a time, this singer's future looked bright. His 2 albums, which went multi-platinum, got great reviews from critics. In 2009, Chris Brown permanently ruined his image when he beat up his then-girlfriend Rihanna and left her with facial injuries that were photographed and then spread all over the media. Because of the domestic violence case, Chris Brown's business took a big hit. Most radio stations pulled his songs, and his deals were automatically canceled. His application for a UK visa was turned down because of this, and he had to do community service. He didn't even say sorry to Rihanna and her fans more than once, which would have made things better. He was always in trouble with the law. He got 5 years of probation and was involved in other scandalous actions, such as the public fight with Drake in 2012, a felony attack charge in 2013, and a standoff with the police in his Los Angeles home in 2016. Chris Brown is still working and making music, but none of his records did well in the official charts. Few of his true fans stayed with him because most people no longer liked him, and he is now seen as one of the most hated people in the music business and Hollywood. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is one of those famous people who doesn't need an introduction because he is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood and has been in a lot of hit movies and series in the last 25 years. In 2016, his wife Amber Heard accused him of drinking too much and hitting her. This did a lot of damage to his image. That information came out just a few days after they got divorced, and they got a lot of attention, especially after Amber posted pictures of her bruises. There was supposed to be a public meeting in court to settle everything, but they ended up getting a divorce without going to court, and Amber Heard dropped all charges. This comes as a surprise since we know they are back in court, and their case is getting more attention every day in the news, which is bad for their image. Johnny Depp used that event as a starting point for a case he filed in early 2017 against his financial managers, saying they had been bad with his money. It's funny because Johnny Depp's management company later sued back and shared a list of his strange purchases, saying he was spending too much money without thinking. Those actions didn't help Johnny Depp in any way. In fact, they made things worse, and many people are now asking if he will ever be able to get back to his old glory and fix his public image. Based on recent news stories, it's clear that both Johnny Depp's and Amber Heard's careers are in bad shape. This is because of their recent problems and the fact that they are in court every day, which is covered by all U.S. and international news outlets. Amber Heard. Things seemed to be going well a few years ago, especially after Amber Heard broke up with Johnny Depp peacefully. After leaving everything behind, they started their war all over again, with daily court cases that are covered by the media and reports that can be found all over the internet. After Johnny Depp sued his ex-wife Amber for $50 million in a defamation suit over a text she sent to The Washington Post in 2018, everything began. An important part of their private life, mostly about their marriage and divorce, became public because of Amber's lawsuit. Stephen Deuters, Johnny's longtime business partner and helper, is married to Gina Deuters. In an interview with Page Six, Gina, who was asked to leave the witness stand in the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp hearing, said that Amber likes drama. In reference to the wedding ceremony for Johnny and Amber, Gina was asked by Amber if she liked fighting with her husband. Gina replied, "I think there is a part of Amber that believes fighting is passion. It means that things are going off in the relationship. Amber is used to getting what she wants. She has a lot of rights, and I think she made a lot of claims during their divorce. We don't know how this will end, but we do know that Johnny and Amber's names will take a big hit that will be hard to recover from. If you enjoy uncovering the dramatic highs and lows of celebrity lives, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. There's plenty more jaw-dropping content coming your way, you won't want to miss it.